Hey guys, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Tiwani. So happy 2025. I think this is going to be my second video of 2025. I'm so excited for the year and all the things that it's going to bring. In today's video, we're doing 2025 goals that I have for myself. Right now, I'm actually in my new apartment and you guys are going to be seeing all of those moving videos soon. So hopefully it's not that echoey. I don't feel like it is echoey in here, but it might be a little bit because it's basically empty right now. But enough with the Yap Fest. The purpose for today's video is I'm going to be sharing with you guys goals that I have for myself in 2025. So yeah, new apartment, new beginnings. I'm very ready for this new chapter in my life, and without further ado, let's get started. So the very first goal that I have for myself on my list is to read the entire Bible this year. I probably wanted to do this for a few years now, but I never felt like I had the time, or not even that, but that I could like fully grasp everything that I was reading or like pay attention every time. But this year I'm really going to try my best to read the entire Bible. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist and our way of living is very much like by the Bible. Even though I've been Adventist my entire life, I don't really know much about the Bible. I know like all the Bible stories, some popular verses and verses that are like personally my favorite and things I've come across over the years that I've grown up in the church. But I really want to get my own understanding and really read what is there for me to read. And I feel like I don't want to just keep wasting years on not understanding everything that I can read for myself in the Bible. Try to understand that for myself. And when I say read the entire Bible, I should probably say go through the entire Bible, because I do want to make this goal realistic for myself. And if I expect myself to read the entire Bible, like sit down and read the entire Bible for my first year ever trying to read it, because it doesn't have to be like a one-time thing. I think my mom read the Bible like 3 times, she said, in her life, or maybe it was her friend or something, but she's read the whole thing 3 times through. And I feel like if I can do the whole Bible in 1 year, not only with reading but with like audio, when I'm driving to work, walking, even when I'm getting ready in the morning, I just want to be able to stick to a Bible plan that even if I get off of track for a few days, I can refer back to and get caught up again. So I looked up some Bible plans that I can follow before. I really want to do the YouVersion Bible app because I already have that Bible app on my phone, and they have some really good plans for reading the Bible depending on your needs or your wants. And I want to read the whole thing in chronological order in 1 year, so they have that perfect plan for me on there. That's what I'm gonna use. I'm really excited. Listening to the audio version is definitely gonna be my first or like my main way to take everything in, I feel like. And even though I know I'm not gonna be like reading it every single day, on Saturdays I really do want to make sure that I'm reading on that day because it is the Sabbath and like my church day and everything. So that's the day that I really want to carve out time to make sure I'm intentional about actually reading it while listening to it at the same time, or just reading it by itself. But the basis of the goal is to read the entire Bible in 2025. My next goal is that I want to get into calisthenics. So what I have written down, I have my iPad over here. I have a cartwheel, a pistol squat, the splits, a deep squat, and a pull-up / chin-up. Those are things that I currently want to right now work on with my calisthenics journey. And my boyfriend just got a gym membership. Well, he got one and he put me on like as his +1 for his gym membership. So I'm definitely gonna start being in the gym more. But even if I'm not, calisthenics is something that you can do at home. And if you don't know what calisthenics is, I don't know the exact definition for it right now. It's basically when you work out with like your body weight and like your own body rather than like weightlifting and stuff like that, and strength training with like weights. So the things that I said, like a handstand and like pistol squats, are pretty complex and hard to do movements that you can do once you build up your strength with your calisthenics journey, because someone who's like really strong might not be able to do a pistol squat or might not be able to do a handstand. And it's really just like body agility with strength is the way I would describe it. And I just also want to say that a lot of these goals are not like a pass fail type of thing or like a do or don't do type of thing. A lot of them are just, here's what I want to have a journey with, and I want to document my progress and improve throughout the whole year and see where I end up by December of 2025. Like getting into calisthenics, I can literally do it any day throughout the year and say that I've done the goal. So the whole point of the goal is really just to get into it and really see where I end up at with my progress and see what I'm capable of. That's why I'm showing you guys like my before, so that by the end of the year I can show you guys my after. And that's more of the type of goals that I'm focusing on this year, is focusing on allowing myself to experience a journey rather than just race to the end goal. Reading a whole Bible in a year is more of like a pass fail type of thing, but that's okay because I'm very serious about it and I want to accomplish that goal this year. But something like calisthenics journey is, here's where I'm starting and here is where I want to end up. But even if I'm not able to do these things by the end of the year, the fact that I will have made progress towards those goals will mean that I've accomplished it in my book. So the next thing on my goals list is that I want to learn how to do my makeup. And even though I kind of already know how to do makeup, I've never really been interested like too much in it to learn how to like do the makeup that suited best for my face. So I really want to just like experiment more and like see what I like to do with my face and what products work for me and what techniques and everything. Because even though I do like a little bit of makeup here and and there. I don't wear it every day. I want to like be able to have my own tips and tricks and like be able to do it if I want to do it. So yeah, just learning my makeup, learning more stuff about what works best for my face shape, my aesthetic, and my outfits and things like that. So number 4 on my list is that I want to become a monetized creator. This goal is mostly for YouTube because that's my main platform that I want to take more seriously. I also have like Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok, but those are more for just like social media purposes. But yeah, I would really love to be monetized on YouTube by the end of this year. I think I can do it by the end of this first quarter of the year, but that's if I really lock in, really just work on everything, really just focus on creating great content and being consistent, because that's like so many people, that's been my problem in the past, is staying consistent and having set goals on what I want with my YouTube channel basically. So yeah, this one I'm really excited to like get to complete. And by being a monetized creator, I do mean like join the YouTube partner program, but it could also be like with partnerships and brand deals and stuff like that. I'd really be interested in doing stuff like that as well. But yeah, especially with being in my own place now and the fact that I'm graduating this year, I know that I'm gonna have a lot more time and a lot more motivation to pour into my YouTube videos, which is gonna be something that I've actually wanted for a long time. So I'm really excited. So number 5 on my list is that I wanted to get into roller skating. Roller skating is something that I've wanted to do for a few years now. I think actually since like quarantine, I started following Rolling with Kate on TikTok. Big shout out to her because I love her videos and it really made me interested in wanting to learn how to roller skate. Even though there's like a roller rink right next to my house, I really don't go often, but ever since then it's something that I've been very interested in getting into. So I asked for roller skates for Christmas and my mom was able to get me some. I love my roller skates. I was also able to pick them out because it wasn't really like a surprise, but I prefer it that way because I had a specific type that I wanted to get after doing a lot of research on the best roller skates to get. I didn't want to just get any cheap option because roller skates length of life really depends on what type you get. But yeah, I got some green Sure Grip boardwalks and I love them so much and they fit perfectly as well, which I was a little bit nervous about because I got a size, you know, when you're like in the middle of 2 shoe sizes and you don't really know what to get at all times. I'm like an 8.5 in women's, so I got a size 8 and it fits me perfectly. There's actually a little bit of space, so I have to make sure that it's really tight because roller skates are supposed to be tight. But if I don't want them tight at any certain day, I can just loosen it up a little bit with the laces because they fit literally more perfectly than I could have even guessed. But yeah, I'm really excited to start that journey and also document it because I am really bad at roller skating. It's not even like I have somewhere to start and that's why I was interested in it, or I'm like really good at it and that's why I want to get better. Like I really don't even know how to roller skate, the basics. So it's gonna be a really fun and really new thing that I'm gonna try to get into, and I'm really excited to see what I can do at the end of the year. So the next goal I have for 2025 is to read 1 book per month, and this book can be like anything basically but like a kid's book or something like that. It can be a self-help book, it can be fiction, non-fiction, whatever it wants to be, it can be. I really like reading fiction books. My favorite book series would have to be like Red Queen. My brother got me that series for Christmas a few years ago, so I'm really happy to have that. But the first book I'm actually gonna read in January is the last book of that quartet, which is War Storm, because even though it's my favorite book series, my favorite like novel fiction series, I have yet to finish the last book. I started reading it a long time ago, like a few years ago, but I never finished it. And it's like a thick book. I don't have it here with me, but it's a really big book. And so I want to finish out the series and start with that book. Another good book series that I love is the Giver series or the Giver Quartet, because there's 4 books in that series as well. And I don't know if I want to reread that this year, but that's really a good option. I also want to incorporate some type of like self-help books or something like that because I've never really gotten into those before. So I'm really interested to see if I'll like it or if I'll gain anything from it. But yeah, read 1 book per month. I'm really excited. This year I'm going to be doing a lot of reading with my Bible reading and then these new book series that I want to get into. That's another thing with this type of goal, is that I can't really fail it because the book can be like really long, it can be really short, and there's really no like rules to what the book can be, like for myself in my opinion, because I really don't care what it is. I just want to start reading more. But yeah, I might do a book review on TikTok or something if TikTok is still a thing by the end of the year, and like reviews of everything that I've read if you guys are interested in hearing about that. So the next goal I have is something that I just thought of based on the last goal, and it's not on my list, but it's minimize my screen time, because especially since I want to be a monetized creator and I want to like do social media more seriously, I'm already gonna be on like screens a lot, and I don't want to just on top of that be scrolling on TikTok, be watching too many YouTube videos, be watching TV on all my free time and things like that. Because although I do love doing those things and I have no problem doing with those things. I'm actually like a movie fanatic. I love watching TV. I love watching like new TV series and everything. And then I also of course love watching YouTube. It gets to a point, you know, where it has to come down a little bit. So I don't know what number yet I want to like settle on for my maximum screen time for like the day or the week, but I do just want to minimize it from what it is right now, which I'm not quite sure of. There's some pretty insane numbers that I've seen from the past few weeks that I've checked my screen time. Let's just check right now what my screen time for last week was. Keep in mind though, I'm not in school right now and I just started working again, so it could be a little bit crazy. But now with school and work and, you know, being more serious about my YouTube channel, this screen time hopefully will go down. And this screen time doesn't account for my computer screen time. So I don't really watch a lot of movies on there. I'm usually watching it like on my iPad or my phone. And I'm usually just editing on my computer. So just keep in mind that it also doesn't include that. Actually, we're gonna go 2 weeks in the past because I was working a lot last week, even though it was my first week of work. Okay, so my last week's average was 5 hours and 55 minutes. And you see, that's not that bad. To be honest, in my opinion, that's not that bad. Comment down below what your average screen time was for the week of December 22nd, and then I'm about to share the week of December 15th as well. So yeah, the week of December 22nd was 5 hours and 55 minutes on average. And like I said, that's not that bad. To be honest, it's not, especially for me being not in school and everything. The problem I have with it is that we were on TikTok for 7 hours and 29 minutes for the week, which is an OD amount of time to be on TikTok. Like, that's literally short form content that I'm just consuming, which I'm not happy about and I'm not okay with. So that's why we're gonna make that change. And like I said, I was working a lot last week, so it's kind of crazy that that's actually still my screen time. The week before that, December 15th, I had a screen time average of 8 hours and 4 minutes. And I was on TikTok for 9 hours and 52 minutes that week. So that's like more than an hour of TikTok every day. That's not something I want to continue. Like, I feel like 10 minutes on TikTok max is all you need. Like, just get your little current events, get your little laughs, your little TikToks, and just hop off. I don't understand why we're on TikTok for 10 hours in a week. But yeah, this week I wasn't working, I wasn't in school, so I'll give myself that, but still not good. I don't know how I was on messages for 8 hours and 10 minutes. Like, I feel like I kind of fell asleep while my phone was on. The next goal I have is to try new things and try new hobbies. For the past 2 years, I've been really good at trying new things to do, especially in my city, but I want to try even more things. Like, this year my boyfriend took me to the candle lab, which is where you can make your own candle or your own like wax melt, and I made a wax melt. I love it so much. I don't have it here with me, and he made his own candle, and that was a really fun activity. And like a few weeks ago, me and my girlfriends, we had a girls' night and we made like clay things, like little clay trinkets. You might have seen that on my TikTok vlogmas or my shorts vlogmas. But yeah, things like that I find really fun, and I find it really like good to do that, especially when I'm like young and able to try new fun things, just random things like that. Some things that I want to do next year that can like fall into this category of trying new things or obtaining new hobbies is go to Activate Columbus, which is like a gaming facility thing that I've been seeing. Me and my boyfriend really want to go to that. I really want to go to like an actual pottery class where you like go on the wheel and like you're molding the bowls and stuff. I want to go to one of those. I've seen like an ice sculpting class. I've been seeing like, I want to do the thing where you paint like the bear with the paints and everything, and it comes with like a kit, and I really want to do that. Yeah, whether it's like traveling and trying something new in a different city or just trying something new in Columbus, I just want to get out more. And not only that, but like I have a scrapbook that I kind of got into last year, or that was actually kind of this year, because I got the scrapbook for Christmas last year. And so I've been collecting a lot of things for my scrapbook. I just haven't had the time to sit down and like really put it in the orders that I want. But yeah, that's another thing that can really help with my screen time, is having other things outside of my phone that I can do like in the real world. And I'm really excited because I love doing stuff like that with my friends, my siblings, my boyfriend, anyone, and I just think it's such a fun time. So the next goal that I have for myself is to make bank next year. I mean, yeah, next year, because it's not 2025 yet for me, but it is for you. It's almost 2025. I'm filming this in the last week of December, so time is ticking to get locked in for these goals. But I want to make a lot of money in 2025. I do have a personal goal number that I have here, but I'm not gonna say it just yet. If I make like a recap video at the end of the year, I'll show like the whole progress that I've made for this goal. But yeah, just know I want to make a lot of money, especially as I'm graduating and I won't have school. I'll just be able to work and start my channel and start my real world job, and it'll just kind of be like I can get to the next level of getting income. So the next goal I have on my list is to create and execute a personal project, and I have a few examples on my list. The first one is the one that I think I'm going to try to accomplish this year, and the one that I've been talking about for a little bit, which is make a short film. I really want to pour a lot of energy and hard work into the short film, so I want to actually make it like high quality, pour a lot of love into it, and get a lot of like my friends or like anyone that I can to fit my vision and to make a short film. I have a lot of good ideas that I really want to execute into the project, but I'm not quite sure which one I want to pick or which avenue I want to take. But I know my boyfriend and my brother also want to create a short film, so I don't know if we're all going to do our own 3 projects to motivate each other and do them at like kind of at the same time, or we can all like collab on one and just create it together, because I think that either option will be really fun. But yeah, I'm really excited about that. It doesn't have to be a short film though. It can be something else, like organizing like a mission trip or something like that, like an event or anything like that. I just want to have a personal project that I can look back on the year and be proud of and be like, yeah, I made this in 2025, here it is, and here's what it's about. So the next thing I have is to learn a new language, and the language that I want to learn I think is going to be French. I already started learning French, even though I took like Spanish in high school and everything. I ended up taking French in college, and not only that, but I've been learning French on Duolingo since middle school. So I've had a long journey with French, but I've never like wanted to learn it for any specific reason, and I never really took it like that seriously. So this is the year that I can really pick back where I left off, where I probably lost a lot of what I knew already. But I think that learning a new language is good for a lot of different things in life, and I think that if I get to a point where I'm pretty good at speaking French, then like I don't know, it's just something that you can feel proud of yourself for, and it's a good skill to have. I know a lot of people who speak French that can help me practice and who can like be impressed with my new skill. But if it's not French, I either want to learn my parents' native tongue of Yoruba, which is a Nigerian language, but I'm not quite sure if I'm ready for that yet. And also I prefer to learn that like during a year that I will be going to Nigeria, and I don't think I'm gonna go next year / this year, but any year that I do, I would love to learn Yoruba. And the last language is Korean, and in 2020 when it was quarantine, I was actually learning Korean, especially since I was getting into K-pop during that time, and BTS were literally my besties. I was literally learning Korean, me and my sister were at the time, and I think we got pretty good at it. My sister is still learning it to this day, like she has her whole phone in Korean and everything, but I really just abandoned the practice when I like went back to school and everything, which is fine. I think it was just like a thing of the time, but I would really love to get back into my Korean skills, because like I said, I know how to read in Korean, and I learned a lot during the time that I was learning it. I'll literally be on Duolingo and I'll do my French lesson and my Korean lesson and just do that every single day when we were on lockdown. Yeah, it'd be really cool if I can pick one of those languages up in the new year. All right, so I have 3 more goals that I have for myself. The next one is to watch a new movie series every quarter of the year. This may be a little bit contradicting to my screen time goal, but I feel like there's so many like movie series that I've been wanting to get into and wanting to learn more about, but I've never just really had the intention of doing it. And every time that I'm looking for something to watch, I just rewatch something that I've watched in the past. Ones I have written down for ideas, and this one I'm definitely gonna watch, is Pirates of the Caribbean. I've been seeing that everywhere, and I think it's one that I really like. Also, some other ideas of movies, I'm not sure if I'll really like these ones, is Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, and just movies like that where there's plenty of movies with it. Last year, me and my boyfriend watched the Fast and Furious series, which was so good, and I'm really happy that we got into it because it was just an amazing experience to watch all 10 of the Fast and Furious movies. And I think also last year, maybe it was in 2023, I watched the Harry Potter series for the first time. So yeah, I just want to watch at least one. I'll just say at least one for the year, but it would be cool if I can watch like a new one every quarter of the year. All right, so the second to last goal is to walk more. I want to average 75,000 steps every single week, and that brings out to about 10 or 11,000 steps a day. So the simpler goal is to walk 10,000 steps a day, but it would be cool if I can like just get to like 75,000 in a week. And I like doing things weekly rather than daily, because there's a lot of times that we have hard days or we get super busy days and we get off of our schedule. So even though there's still like a possibility for bad weeks where I can like get off schedule or get off track, I'd rather say, oh, I didn't get my 75,000 steps this week than I didn't get my 10,000 steps yesterday, today, and I probably won't get it tomorrow. I just feel like if I do it in a week, I can like compensate, let myself have a little bit more grace on the days that I don't feel like doing anything, or that I just feel like I can't, or I just really don't have time to focus on these goals. Having my goals set weekly is more realistic for me. Like for the screen time goal, I want to get the whole weekly average down, because on a day I just messed up and I'm like, oh, I just spent so many hours on TikTok, or I just watched this long YouTube video, the next day I can do another hobby or make sure that I don't have as much screen time as the day before, so that at the end of the week we can accomplish the goal. But yeah, 75,000 steps a week is something I'm really excited about, and I honestly think I can do it, especially if I start going to the gym more and make sure that I'm incorporating cardio after my strength training. And I want to do more things like walking to school or like just taking walks for fun, because I don't really do that these days. But that will definitely all help me with my 75,000 steps a week goal. And honestly, if this gets a little bit like unattainable, or I'm not really hitting that goal, especially since in my state the year is going to start with some cold weather, then I might take this goal down to like 60,000 steps a week or 50,000, because honestly even 40k is going to be probably more steps than I'm taking now, so I won't even be mad if I have to like adjust the goal. And my last goal that I have for 2025 is to get an average of like 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night. My goal is definitely to get 8.5 to 9 hours of sleep every night, preferably no more and no less, because once I found out that women are actually supposed to get 8 to 9 hours of sleep rather than what, like 7 to 8 that men are supposed to get, everything really changed for my life. And I've been really doing that like towards the end of the year. I've been trying to get 9 hours of sleep and I've just been feeling so great, and it just makes everything make more sense for me. Sleep is so important, along with like drinking water and things like that, which I also want to do more throughout the year. But sleep is like a foundation, and if you don't get sleep, you really can't function with your goals, your routines, and you really can't get a lot done. So I just want to make sure that I am setting myself up for success every single day. It's not just about working out and eating right, it's also about sleep. If you don't get sleep, then your body is not capable of working to its fullest potential. So if I really want to get a healthy body and a healthy lifestyle, I really have to make sure that I'm sleeping enough. And hey, I just love sleep. And especially with me, sometimes I like to work too much where I'm not really sleeping enough or eating the right foods, and I just want to stay away from that and just make sure that my body is not only relaxed but able to repair itself when I work out in the gym, or be able to recoup after a long shift at work. So that's why sleeping every night for at least like 8 or 9 hours is very important to me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and making it to the end. Please make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, join the community, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.